Christmas 2025 setup. This will be the final episode for this year for setup. We're going to be setting up the lights down here in the studio, and we'll do something over on the other side in the cleaning area, and that will complete the setup for this year. Today is the 21st. We are so ridiculously far behind this year, but these were the cards we were dealt this year, so this is what we're stuck with. So we're going to start over here. The table is pretty dirty over here. Got a couple trees we can put. I have one tree I've actually never used before, which is kind of a, I think it's like a homemade kind of one-of-a-kind piece. It's very unique, and it just screamed 80s, so I had to get it. Let me sweep off the table first before we put anything on it. I should have done this prior to the taping, but I forgot. There's a surprise. Surprised I even remembered to do it now. This tree over here. This has white lights on it, and it worked when I put it away. Hopefully it still works now. I'm pretty sure this has got to be a homemade unit. It's kind of messy, so we'll try not to let any of the pieces fall. Where that came from. The light string is the thin wire lights with the paper UL tag, so it's got to be getting up there in age for sure. And there's a date on here. And I don't see a date. I would not be surprised if this is early 90s or older. So there's that. And then we got to get some cords to plug it in, because it doesn't quite reach the power bar. Actually, you know what I could do for the sake of ease, since we're not plugging in the dehumidifier anymore, I think I'll just take this power bar and put it up there. How cool is in the frame. And then we'll just plug this up here like so. Cool, that's still working. So we got that, and I have another tree with colored lights. It's a small one with a kind of old school base. I like it a lot. It's a very basic unit, but sometimes basic is nice. Actually, quite often basic is nice. I like basic and simple. This also has older lights on it. Get this in the frame in just a second here. Here's another older unit. So I just fixed this tree here, this pre-lit one. It's a white one. I just fixed that as part of a separate video. Just needed a couple hits with the light discarder basic, and that's good to go now. So here's this one. I don't know if this works. We're going to find out now. Find out together on this video. Put this aside for the moment. Yeah, put this aside for the moment. Put that aside. And here's this. So I kind of like the base on this. There's a million stinking O-cable stickers on there, but other than that, I kind of like it. Old lights. These are 1996. These lights are almost 30 years old. And they still work. I think that's something. But we do have some burnt out bulbs, so we want to change those immediately. I think I'm just going to take the lights off, service the lights, and then we'll put them back on. I don't know what the wattage of these bulbs and the voltage is. This might be a string of 35. I don't think it's quite a set of 50. Definitely not a string of 12, or yeah, 12. Okay, let's see how many lights are here. I'm going to guess this is a set of 35, and it's going to be some wacko voltage I don't have. Or rather, wacko amperage is usually the problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, it's a string of 35. So, here we go again. 120, which is the input voltage, divided by 35 is 3.5. So these should have 3.5 volt bulbs. The question is, and this question I don't have an answer to, what the heck is the amperage? Because these 3.5 volt bulbs always seem to have issues with mismatches in the amperage. So let me get my, I'm going to wreck the place first. And I'm going to get the box of spare bulbs out. I know I have some new in the package 3.5 volt colored bulbs, which is what we need. What I don't know is, are they going to be the correct amperage or not? And unfortunately, the only way to find out is usually to just plug in the bulb and see if it burns out, which is a horrible method because it wastes bulbs, which at this point should not be wasted. But if it's not labeled on either side, not labeled from the side of the light string and not labeled from the side of the packaging for the replacements, I don't know what the heck else you're supposed to do. So let's see what I got here. I suppose if the string was working, fully working, we should be able to, granted there's going to be a margin of error because 1, 2, 3 are out, but if we take the wattage here, which is 23, and we divide 23 by 35, these should be 0.6 watt bulbs. That seems kind of high. Maybe it doesn't work that way, I don't know. So that's 3.5 white. This is 3.5 colored, that might work. I thought I had some 3.5 colored in here. Here we go. I'd rather use these first because I know these work with that other, I think these work with that other string. Let's try these. So these are 120 milliamps, so I don't have to calculate it to watts. Well, actually, if it wants to do it in amps, let's do it in current for some reason. Let's say 0.19 divided by, should be 35, is it's not, I don't know. That can go far in the bag. Obviously, I have the wrong formula. Okay, so first we have a red that's busted. come on. Hurry up. Gosh. Okay. Here's a red. So let's put this red in here, and it'll probably just blow out. But we got to try it, because that's the only way I know to find out. Yep, it just blew out. So I don't understand. So these are useless for this set. This is so irritating. So we know that it's not 120 milliamps. Whatever that wattage. Was it 120 times? That's 0.4 watts. So we know that, so these are 0.4 watt bulbs, and these just blow out immediately. So what is it supposed to be 0.6 watts? Is that what we had calculated? If it's if it's 23 divided by 35.6. So I guess what we need is 0.6 watt. I'm starting to understand it now. We need 0.6 watt bulbs, but I don't have that, and I don't know how we find out. I feel like that's just not a thing anymore. These, I believe, are mostly 2.5s. These are 0.4 watts. These aren't going to work. And these don't specify. Take a wild guess and say they're not going to work, but I guess we can try them. This always seems to be an issue with these 3.5 volt strings. I don't understand why the replacement bulbs are not what the common wattage is. So that's spoiled. That's spoiled for no good reason. And let's see if this wants to work. I don't think this is going to work either, but let's see. Nope, just blew out. Okay, wasted that bulb. I don't understand. If obviously 0.4 has got to be a standard because they're all 0.4. So why are so many of these strings 0.6 when all the replacement bulbs are 0.4? I'm gonna have to get. I'm only gonna try a handful of these just for the curiosity of it, but I don't think this is gonna work. I think these are all 2.5 volts. I'm going to have to search in the computer to see if I can find specifically 0.6 watt 3.5 volt bulbs, because that's obviously what we need. Yep, that just blew out. I mean, this is a joke. I'm not going to waste these bulbs. These are all used. I've salvaged from other strings, but Well, what I can try to do is I can try to use the same ones that I used for those lights in the computer room a couple days ago. That worked for those old Frank's ones. I'm guessing those have got to be the same, the point six or whatever the heck it is, volt, because they just happen to work. But, oh, this is really frustrating. I just don't understand why it's not, like, somewhat standard. It just seems like all of these sets that I have are 0.6, but yet every single replacement I have, except for that one package, is 0.4. So why are there all these 0.4 replacements if they're supposed to be 0.6? It's point stupid. That's what it is. I'm getting tired of it. Let me try to find that. I think I put that in the bulb box over here, because those bulbs came with those strings from the person I bought it from. So, you know what? Let's look through this box here. Wonder if this can provide some answers. I doubt it, because this stupid situation seems to have no answer. But let's see if this will provide some answers. They're all busted now. So this box, I think we said works, but none of these other ones work. This doesn't work. So we tried that. And it doesn't specify those are 2.4 170 or 2.5, whatever the heck it is. Oh, whatever. So to me, these are all almost useless because these are all not working with the 3.5 volt strings that I have, which I don't understand what good these are if they don't work. I've tested so many different strings, they don't work at any of them. So these are like just go fart in the bag level because they don't serve any purpose anywhere. Dumb, 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 stupid and dumb, useless, not helpful, dumb, dumb, dumb. I need another bag for these before those just get lost somewhere. Really quite like those. I don't want them to get lost. There we go. I'm not sure what to do about these 3.5 volt bulbs. I guess I'll put in the ones that we know work, or I think are going to work. And then when I use them all up, then I got a serious problem. And it won't be long before I use them all up because we're already almost out of them. I wish these had spec. That did not just happen. A whole bunch of them just went flying off in the corner. I don't have specs for those, so I don't know what they are. I cannot believe that just happened. Here I am saying how few of these we have and how valuable they are, and they just all went flying down in the corner here. I can't even begin to imagine where those are. Yeah, that's just a loss. I can't find those right now. Well, I'm going to try these because I don't know what these are, and not using them for anything else. I don't know what they are, so maybe we'll get lucky and find out that these are the same as those, but I don't know. There's a piece of the package in here, but it's not of a it's not of a thing that says anything valuable. I would put a lot of money on this just going to blow out. Probably a waste. Huh. Can't make this stuff up. Alright, so these are that, and it's just not labeled correctly. So we'll use these to replace this so we can get this working. And then after this video, I will try to find some more of these and order a larger quantity if I can find them. So whatever the amperage of these are, this is what I need, and it's not on the stinking paper. I need that information. I hate that that information is not readily available here. That would take all the guesswork and problems out of this whole situation. Okay, so this is working now, and we know, see, I need another bag for those now, because those things are like worth $1 million to me right now, because they're all I have at this point to fix 3.5 volt springs. So whatever the heck these are the Kmart. If anybody happens to know what the voltage and amperage, well, we know it's 3.5. What's the amperage on and the wattage on these? It doesn't specify. It just says 3.5 volts. Ultra bright Italian style light set. What wattage do they use in Italy? I don't know. There's our tripod kit for the video. It's amazing the stinking cameras don't break more often than they do because they're always getting kicked around here. Alright, I'm getting irritated. This bulb voltage thing keeps coming up, and it's like, it should be so simple, but it's complicated for nothing. Okay, I'll get over it in a few minutes. Well, at least now I know I have a few more, so this buys me a little bit more time to figure this out. I don't know why we're keeping that, because it doesn't tell me anything valuable. Alright. You know what? This whole thing needs to be changed, because this is not helpful. That's, oh, okay, fine, that's fine. I don't know what that is. That's fine. I hate flasher bulbs. That's fine. I hate flasher bulbs. They're not labeled. These aren't very useful. That's blue. That's 12 volts. I don't know what those are. Those might be Frank's. Just need to clear up some more space in this thing. Put stuff in here that's actually like useful to me. Stupid flasher bulb. Those things can go fart in a bag. Okay. Alright, I'll go put this away later. I'll put that away later. So, no good, no good, no good, no good. This is now something that's kind of separate. Put that with that. Alright, let's fix this tree up. This is pretty well beat up. Jeez. Okay, that looks better now. Put the mystery wattage lights back on. Okay, there we go, that's fine. Let's put this on the, where should we put this? I wonder if we should put this over here or by the cleaning area. I suppose probably would fit the best on the cleaning area. Yeah, I'm going to put it to the cleaning area. Great. Now let's see where we can put those two larger trees. Hopefully those are working too. I know the one is I just fixed it, but the other one I don't know. I have not tested it yet. But I don't think it uses weird bulbs. So it shouldn't be a problem if it's not working. Probably needs a few to be changed at minimum, I would think. This has some tinsel on it too. I'd used this at work for several years. Has a nice string of gold garland on it too. You know, I should check the lights before I spend all this time trying to fix the branches. They're working. There's a couple bulbs out, but we should be able to change those with ease because it's not stupid 3.5 whatever mystery amperage like the other one is. I have a little star we can put on top of this. I don't really want to take this off because it's going to take all the tinsel off with it. Let's try to pull it back out. Okay, let's change some burnt out bulbs. I have one that's open. .5 volts. The opened. Okay, here's a green. I'd be very surprised if these don't work properly. They work properly. Good. There's a that's out. All these have nice deep colors to them. This one looks like a red. Get out of here. I'm gonna run out of bulbs here. Maybe I'll start using up those used ones from these other bags. Some of these are very high hours. Actually, most of these are so high hours that the paint's pretty much gone. Most of these probably aren't even any good. So it's probably pointless to be playing with these at this point. This is a little better. Wow, I can't believe how many of these were out. That one's busted. Yeah, this is kind of pointless. I should really just order some more. This is a waste of time. This is kind of pointless too because you're going to replace bulbs that are already high hours and they're just going to burn out again any soon. I already forgot where this came from. How pathetic is that? Should have wrote it down. Not good. I think that's most of them. No, here's another one. I'd like to get all of them because it's just going to become a problem later on. I think we're pretty much there. Alright, that looks pretty good in terms of the burnt out bulbs. I think we've got that all sorted out now. Stinking tape on here. There's always tape. Stinking tape. Tape is such an overused item. If this didn't have the tinsel on it, I would just take the lights off and put them back on, but this is going to take all the tinsel off if I try to pull the lights off, so I'm going to do the best I can to kind of fix this here with everything intact. Next year we'll do something better here in the studio, but this is good enough for now. At least we'll have something. This is, I think, our best side. All right, let's put this over here. I'll cancel out one of these lamps for the time being. Cancel this. Move that over, and I'll put this here. Move this somewhere else. Actually, it looks good over there. Jeez, that barely fits. The heck, I thought it was going to fit nicely. Barely fits. Okay, well, I have a little star to put on top of that, which I should have plugged in before I put that up there. It would have been a little bit easier. Oh well, I can do hard things. That actually was not as difficult as I was expecting. Okay, there's our star. I think that's going to fall any soon. Yeah, it's not hooked up correctly. I don't know why this is having so much difficulty. Now it's hooked. And I'll have to put a different bulb in there. It's too bright for now. Put like a little, I don't know, flicker flame bulb or something in there. Something smaller. You know what, for now I'll probably just turn it off. Take the bulb out. Oh! I know what I can put in here. I know exactly what I can put in here. I'll do that as its own separate video because people like to watch light bulbs get changed out. And I should clean that shade. No, I'm not going to shake the bulb inside the thing. I only do so stupid things once. Alright, so we got to get some way to plug that in now. I wonder if I can use a string of C9s to plug that in. If I put, maybe what I can do is I can put this cord, do I have any green cords? See what we got here for cords. No, I don't have any. Oh, wait a minute. This might work. Oh, yeah, that'll definitely work. What I will do is I will plug in this to the end of a C9 and let that power the tree. So let's get a C9 started. These are also ones that I used at work, and they worked when I took them down, so hopefully they are still working as of now. I think I got 4 strings here, so if I want more, I'll open some more. I got plenty of them. And I have one upstairs I'm using for the bulb, so if there's a socket empty somewhere, we can fix that. Alright, so let's go over to here, and I'm going to plug the in. That's the wrong end. Or the other end with the plug-in. There we go. This end with the plug-in, we'll use this to plug in this cord. And this can just kind of end right here. Like so. And this can come down behind the tree. It's pretty inconspicuous because it's brown. Blends in. And this will plug in the tree. And then we could also have a little snowflake I can plug in somewhere too. So now we can take this and we'll start hanging this up over here. There's nothing like painted C9s. It's just so iconic. The heat pump is currently defrosting. It's cold out, it's only 29. It's going to get a little tricky over here because it's harder to reach this stuff. Can't really reach the outside of the room here. We'll get it somehow. Now I need to add a bulb here. That's fine. I got plenty upstairs. This is fitting pretty good. I wasn't sure if this is going to fit nicely like this, but it is. That worked out very well. The bar isn't plugged in. That's stupid. Plug in the dang bar. Okay, now we're talking. That looks pretty good. Watts of C9s. And we could potentially add another string, maybe, but it might be more trouble than it's worth. And I kind of want to use I want to have some left over on the other side, so I think we'll use these. Use this on the other side. This. Forgot about this. We should plug this in somewhere. So, snowflake. Oh, come on. So the snowflake. That works until we put a bigger fan in. Excellent. All right, so this other tree here, I'll put on the other side of the room. This one's not in as bad of a condition as the other one was. It shouldn't take more than a couple minutes to fix this up. Okay. Let's get this out on the other side. I'm not really sure exactly where we're going to put this over here. I don't know where that makes sense. Is there anywhere over here that makes sense? this doesn't really make a lot of sense, but maybe I'll just put it there for now. Maybe I'll think of something better later. That's okay for now. All right, so let's see what we got on the other side here. Oh, we have that poinsettia thing we can put somewhere too. Where's the string? All right, so we got to think about where to start this string. I could potentially plug it, I could plug it up in the light. That would kind of make sense as a good starting point. I can plug it here, and then I can I can loop that up right there so it doesn't fall. Okay, that works. I think I'm going to have to open up the other string. That's convenient. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to open up the other string. This is nowhere near as many as we need in here. Oh, that's why I got it, because I thought we might need it. Okay, I think that's going to be it for the lights in the cleaning area. Simple this year. Simple but beautiful. And nothing like these old school C9s. Incandescent, not DEO. These are incandescent as well. Okay, there's that. And then over here. Oh, let me turn this light off. Yeah, simple over here too, but also beautiful.